I hate these, but for whatever reason I feel like I should do it because it's like a good little checklist thing. I'm going to do a put a finger down challenge. And I'm going to cringe because I really don't like these, but anyway. This one is a Christian girl edition. So, I'm going to do 10. I don't know if you meant to do 10 or 5, whatever. Okay, so you think that church is a building. You go to church on a Sunday. The 10 Commandments are like just a guideline. We're not under that law anymore. That we don't have to follow the law about unclean meat. Like, it's fine to eat pork and shellfish. You just trust everything your pastor says to be truth. That you give to the church or you tithe. You believe that we're saved by grace and like once saved, always saved. We're washed clean with the blood. No matter what we do, we're saved. You believe that the more you give church, like tithes and offerings, the more you'll be blessed financially. And you think that we can't judge other believers, judge other people, because it's only God that can judge them. And that the name of our Messiah isn't important. It's fine to use Jesus, it's just the modern name, that's fine. Alright, congratulations! If you got, one or all of these, you're probably apostate. Yep, bring it on, you're gonna hate me for saying that. And I bring up these points because I want you to notice if you do any of these things, or if any of these things are relevant to you. Because it's time to take a look at your faith and to question if you're really living in the truth of the word, if you're really living by the Messiah's example. But also, like, you know, we're supposed to have be merciful to people when they're coming to the truth, because, you know, it took us a while. Be gentle, showing meekness to all, for we were sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived, living for pleasure and lust, being hateful and envious. That's Titus 3. So, you know, like, it takes time for people to come to the truth. It takes a lot of being able to shed what we've learnt our whole lives as Christians, or if you're new to the faith, like what we've learnt so far by going to church. So, you know, like, I'm going to bring up the name, and most of you will hear this and immediately be like, whoa, ooh, this is a false teacher. And I have had that thought when it was brought up to me. But, you know, look into it a little further, and it's really not that hard to understand. So, the Messiah's name is not Jesus. That's a newer name. We didn't even have J until a couple hundred years ago. It definitely wasn't Jesus in his own time, in his own language. And the issue is we can easily go, well, I need to get the name correct. So we go and try and learn correct Hebrew letters and pronunciation and spelling, and, you know, and people will say, oh, you have to use Yahuwah and Yahusha, and, you know, that is becoming legalistic and causing a stumbling block for people. But what we do know is that it's not Jesus. We shouldn't be using that because of prophecy. John 5:43. I come in my Father's name. Yeshua comes in his Father's name, Jehovah, and you won't receive him. Another shall come in his own name, and him you will receive. So think about, and this is in Jeremiah 23, when pastors are prophesying by a certain name and everyone's using this certain name, and it says they're prophesying by Baal, by the name of Satan, the Antichrist. What name are 90% of pastors using? Why aren't they making it important that we use his original name? They're using Jesus. I need you to go and search this out and think about this and learn the truth, because this is going to be important when Yeshua comes back, when the Messiah returns, which will be very soon. And I'm not just saying that because I feel it. which I do anyway, but this is like, it lines up with the word. Prophecy is being fulfilled right now. And I won't go into that because it's a whole other thing. Maybe I'll do a separate video, but yeah. So if we do a quick Google search and we see, oh, what's the original name? Oh, it's Yeshua. Yes, you can say Yahusha, you can say Yehoshua, you can say Joshua. That's the English version, if you want. Because if you get hung up on literal letters and spellings, then you're focusing on that and not the truth that you need to use the right name. So it's the same name, it's just different spellings and pronunciations and everything like that. But Jesus is incorrect because it's tied to the lawless one. It's tied to this false identity of Christ. The lawless one that comes and says, oh, peace and safety, and it's all about just love and just believe and that's it. Once saved, always saved. That's a doctrine of devils, I tell you. Frick. You know, the Messiah in the Bible, Matthew 10:34. I don't come to bring peace, but a sword. He's coming back to bring judgment. He's not coming back to be, oh, I love everyone, everyone's saved. Everyone that just said they believed. Even the devils believed and trembled in fear. And fear is not just being scared. Fear is respect. You don't respect God. You don't even love God because you don't even keep the commandments. Anyone who does not keep the commandments does not have the love of God in them. I know that sounds harsh, but that's the truth of it. 1 John 2 verse 3-4. And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments. He that says, I know him, and keeps not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.